Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas and welcome to our very first episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 here on the PS5 doing our career mode. This is our first proper episode using the full release of the sim. There's no more beta, but I just do want to quickly touch up on a few things before we get started. Now, compared to the beta, there was a few noticeable changes straight away that I have noticed and I'd like to point out. There is no replay feature, which what I was using on the beta to create some of my cinematic content, like the replays of the landing from the external views, pulling onto stands. So there's no more of that, unfortunately. I have had a look on the website, and it does say that there's a replay feature coming soon, but we just don't know when it'll be for PS5, which is slightly disappointing since we did have it in the beta. Furthermore, I've tried out the Airbus A321s and 320s as well, and an issue that I did know back on the Xbox was consistent black screens and camera bugs. That looks like it's still part of the PS5 as well, which I'm hoping will get sorted out. However, with these issues that we do have, I am still going to progress moving forward, making content with Flight Sim 2024 on the PS5 because it's my only option. So what we're going to be doing is going through the career mode, doing the best we can. Guys, give your suggestions on what you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to keep the content coming. So with that said, let's start the journey properly, and welcome to the Flight Simulator 2024 career mode. Alright guys, and welcome to this career mode, and the first decision we need to choose is our home airport, where we'll be flying out of based on our career. So I'd like to choose Birmingham, but it looks like that isn't an option at the moment. So I'm going to go for the next option, which will be Coventry, another one of my local airports here in the Midlands. It's got a great mix of general aviation, training flights and some realistic regional ops. So perfect for starting out from scratch and working our way up properly. And there we are guys, Coventry, and this was recorded on the 22nd, just before Christmas. So some perfect skies, and here we are, suited and booted, arriving at Coventry for our first day.
Hello there. You must be Stalker_21, right? Welcome to Coventry. I'm Scott, the owner of this aero club. Here at the club, we provide all the training lessons you need to get started and earn your private pilot license. Then, once you've earned your PPL, you can build up your flight hours and get more experience by taking people out on first flights. But before any of that, let's head outside and take a flight to get familiar with our aircraft and the local surroundings.
Alright, perfect, and here we are guys. Our first aircraft in career mode, the Cessna Skyhawk. This is where every pilot starts, and honestly, it's a perfect training aircraft. Our first mission is a very simple familiarization flight. We'll be taking off from Coventry, doing a left-hand circuit, heading downwind, and then looping back over the airport to complete the task. Nothing complicated, so we'll just do our pre-flight checks. We'll remove the chocks, do some familiarization with the controls by the looks of it, and getting ourselves into the aircraft.
Welcome aboard. While you settle in, let's go over our flight plan. After taking off, we will climb to 1,800 feet above sea level and then fly over the airport to enjoy the view. Ready? Why don't you start the engine for us?
Absolutely. Let's get the engine started. We've got our co-pilot next to us.
Perfect. The wind is from 47 degrees direction with a speed of 2 knots, so we'll be taking off from runway 05. Okay, let me taxi to the runway.
No worries, Scott. You can taxi to the runway for us. I think it's nice having a career mode as well in this, because it just gives you the sense of something to actually work for. Alright, so we're lined up on the runway. We're ready to go.
Alright, now comes the fun part. After releasing the brakes and applying full power, we will speed up and take off once we reach 55 knots airspeed. We will be climbing at 75 knots, which is the recommended climbing speed for the Cessna Skyhawk. While climbing, we will follow a left-hand traffic pattern and make 2 turns. Don't worry if it sounds overwhelming, I am here to help. Release the parking brakes, otherwise we're not going anywhere.
Okay, R1 and box to release the parking brake. Okay, and full power's coming in now.
You handle the yoke, and I'll take care of the pedals, steering the aircraft on the runway during takeoff.
I tell you what, this is actually pretty good for someone who would never actually fly an aircraft or play this game. It does ease you in pretty good, to be fair. So a nice gentle climb out there.
Perfect climbing attitude and speed. I see you know what you're doing.
So we can see our target marker there.
I will retract the flaps. You keep climbing.
To the end of the runway, where we'll be then making a left-hand turn. As we look back out over Coventry now. Great lighting as well. Nice sense of realism with that sunset there. So we've got our left-hand turn coming up, and we'll fly through the boxes as our visual aid, which is which hasn't actually been changed in the settings just as of yet. So I will get all that finely tuned. I just want to come in and start making some content for you guys so you can actually see the full release. Okay, so we'll turn towards the crosswind end now. Before we start going towards the downwind leg, back towards Coventry, and we'll fly over. So you can already see how different career mode feels. It's a much more slower and more structured, and definitely more immersive with the pilots that we're speaking to.
We are almost there. Remember, we need to climb to 1,800 feet. It will keep us 500 feet above the traffic pattern. And we are 1,800 feet above sea level and 500 feet above the traffic pattern. We have safe separation with the other airplanes. Look around. See our airport? I love the weather today. The clouds are beautiful, aren't they? Let's fly over it.
Can't really see the airport as it's just under the main control panel there, but we'll start to fly over Coventry Airport now.
Awesome. I know that you're busy navigating.
So we've established a downwind. Coventry's just off to our left. It's a great moment to take in the surroundings. You really feel like you're in a proper training sortie rather than just a free flight. So we'll be passing over the airport, and I think that will complete the very first mission and the introduction to our career mode. And I'd like to say that's objective 1 ticked off the list. So as we just go over the airport now, we can see the airport below us. Absolutely perfect.
Well done. I believe you have a talent for piloting. I hope you
Well, thank you
enjoyed
very
the
much,
flight.
Scott.
Let's head back to the ground now.
And there we are, guys. Mission success on our first
I'm
mission.
glad that we flew together today. This might be the first chapter in your pilot's journey, if you want to embark on it. Let's catch up at our headquarters. You seemed comfortable out there. I'm sure you will get your PPL in no time. There's a laptop in the office that shows all the certification information you'll need for your PPL exam. Take a look.
Okay, perfect. So we got to aim towards our private pilot's license, guys. So we'll be going in and checking that out now.
Here you can see all the different certifications you
so
can
we
pass
have
throughout
to
your career.
obtain our private pilot's license in
Your first
order
step is to work
unlock
towards your private
the
pilot
next
license.
category, should we say. So we can either go off with rotor
All the
helicopters
training lessons you'll
or
need to pass the PPL exam are available
aircraft.
here. Make sure you're
And it looks like we need to do some training lessons here as well. But I think we're just going to go straight into our first solo and see how we do with that. So we've got all these that we need to complete by the looks of it. But we'll just go straight into our first solo flight. So it's a nice circuit in America by the looks of it. So we'll be taking off, turning left, flying downwind and returning for a full stop landing on the runway. So we're already lined up, nothing that we really need to do here. But I think this is where the accuracy matters a bit more, doing the proper circuits and the proper landings and following the procedures correctly, because this all affects the stats that you build up within the game, giving you a score at the end of the lesson.
Flight. I'll be watching from the ground, in radio contact if you need me, but something tells me you won't. Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember everything we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck. See you on the other side.
Right, okay, so parking brake is released and full throttle. Let's get this bird off the floor. So we'll go full throttle. Flaps are at 10 degrees. Try and keep the aircraft down the centre line as we take off, keeping it nice and steady. Again, I'm not playing with keyboard and mouse on this one. I'm doing it all through the PS5 DualSense controller. So every flick of the switch I'm doing with the controller itself, which is a lot harder than it looks. So when you do need to do anything or flick a switch, it does make the aircraft drop down just that tiniest little bit. So as we go towards our upwind leg now, we'll maintain 75 knots, and that's an achievement ticked. So we need to reach an altitude of 5,300 feet before we reach the end of the upwind leg. So we've taken off from runway 21. So we still need to achieve the altitude, and there we are, we've just hit that now. So we'll turn left, as you can see by our little mini map in the top left hand of the screen. We've got an indicator as well on the screen of where to head to, so that is the left turn complete, where we need to reach the end of the crosswind leg. So we'll try and maintain 75 knots, so we'll just reduce the engine power just a hair as we try and reach the 5,700 feet it's asking for. So as we make another left hand turn now to do our downwind leg. Perfect. Bit shaky. So this really feels like the start of something bigger. From here on out, we'll just, I know once we've completed the PPL and actually took the exam for this, we have to do various missions. I think the first ones are ferry flights or sightseeing flights for passengers, where we need to earn enough money then to then combat our next round of exams, which we can choose in any category we want it. So I think you can go on to, I think the next one is a commercial pilot's license, where we can actually transport passengers around, and then it will go on to the dual engine, nighttime flying, IFR flying, but we're talking a few episodes down the road. So it looks like we've hit our targets for that now, so we'll fly towards the downwind leg, and we're less than 1 nautical mile now. So this is also coming to the end of our first training solo flight, as it prepares us for our first exam for the PPL that we need. So we're maintaining 80 knots, which is perfect, and less than half a nautical mile now before we hit that target, where we'll be turning left, start to put some flaps in, slowing the aircraft down for our base leg now. So we're turning left, slowly descending down now. Great scenery, building in here, and this airport's just situated on top of what looks like a hill or a mountain, either one or the two. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So we'll try and maintain 75 knots, try and slow the aircraft down as much as we can. And we are lining up with the runway now. And that's what I'm talking about, where the airport's situated, on top of this hill slash mountain, whatever you want to call it. So we're slowing down now, just past 75 knots. We'll try and put in an extra bit of flaps if we can, but the speed is looking good. I don't want to go any slower. It says maintain 65 knots, but I feel if we do that, we're at risk of stalling. But we'll put an extra notch of flaps in now to try and hit our touchdown marker to land on runway 21. So just easing back the power now. A gentle flare. Trying to bring the aircraft down and touchdown. Nice and controlled, exactly what you want. Bit shaky there. So we'll bring the aircraft to a complete stop here, using the square button for the brakes. Perfect. And that's our full stop landing and assessment complete.
Wow, great job. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
And there we are, another training session complete. And that's our first solo training flight done. And just like that, there is our stats. Yeah, the base leg wasn't great. Very well with the takeoff, should we say. I agree on the approach and the landing, we was a bit fast, so we'll go back to our headquarters now. Okay, so we're officially on our way to completing, and in the next episode we're going to be going for our PPL license. So the exam's 2,000 and we've already been gifted 5,000 credits. So there's the commercial, which is what we need for next, but that exam is currently locked. And we need to get the PPL and do 2 missions before we even get to that. So there's the PPL that we're aiming for on episode 2. There's our lovely headquarters. I mean, we've got a sofa and a table at the moment, so we can go and do the PPL, and that's 2,000. But you're going to have to join us in episode 2 for that one, guys. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, give me a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and I'll see you in episode 2.